GH spoilers are sure making it look like Eddie Main is here to stay. Ned Quartermain woke up after falling, hitting his head and landing face first in the swimming pool, thinking that he is Eddie Main, the fake rock and roll personal Ned made up in the early 1990s to get away from his controlling family. Eddie is who met the true love of Ned's life, Lois, mother of his daughter, Brooklyn. As soon as Ned Wally Kurth proclaimed himself Eddie, his mother, Tracy Jane Elliott, wondered if this could be like what happened to her nephew, Jason Steve Burton. Jason Quartermain was involved in a car crash as an upstanding, sweet medical student and woke up Jason Morgan, surly, monosyllabic, and determined to live a life of crime. Jason never recovered his memories or his original personality. Ned is an upstanding family man who dotes on his daughter and stepson and allows his current wife, Olivia Lisa Locicero, to yell at him however much she likes. But Eddie Main is no square rule follower. Eddie Main is sex, drugs, and rock and roll. Sure, he might be a little long in the tooth for staying up all night partying, but does this Eddie know almost 30 years have passed? Does he think he's still the young stud of the stage? Will Eddie want to go out on tour? Pick up groupies? Break the rules just to show that he can? Not unlike his cousin Jason, not to mention, will Eddie refuse to put up with Olivia's nonsense and demand his original Bensonhurst babe, Lois, Rena Sofer? Once he learns they were married and have a daughter, will Eddie let anything stop him from reliving their glory days? Today on General Hospital, Anna tries to deal with her worst fears. Carly asks Michael to give Dex a new job, and Dex informs Joss of his decision about Sunny. It's dark, and Anna finds Sunny waiting outside her house for her. She invites him in and pours herself a drink. She assumes he's here to lecture her on her criminal activities and being a hypocrite. Sunny says he didn't come to say that and thinks she's upset, so he'll come back. She asks him to stay and notes she's not at her best. Sunny says when he saw the headlines on her, he recalled two that are seared in his memory, his wife's and son's deaths, and how both headlines linked to his reputation. Sunny knows how she feels right now, and he's sorry. Anna thanks him for sharing that. Sunny says the headline was just a takedown, but Anna says it's not. She admits the story is true. There were reasons for her actions, and the context was left out. She made mistakes at the beginning of her career and has spent her life making up for them. She says now it's come to bite her in the most public way. Sunny says he's allegedly done some things, and Anna laughs. He says he had reasons for some. Others he regrets looking back. However, he feels his life should not be limited to the worst things he's done, and the same goes for her. He says he'll always consider her his friend. Valentin meets Dante at the PCPD in the interrogation room. Dante needs his help with Anna. He suspects Victor planted a lie in Anna's WSB file to get revenge on her. Valentin admits his father is a cruel and vindictive man, and he is making Anna pay. Dante wants to clear Anna and prove the file was doctored. Later, Sam stops by after Valentin is gone and finds Dante sitting at the table looking defeated. She notes he was supposed to be home 2 hours ago. Dante says he's been worried about a friend. He tells her that he reached out to Valentin to help clear Anna's name after that hit piece, only to learn it was all true. He doesn't know how she'll build her life back up again. Sam reminds Dante he did it after he came back from the WSB. Dante had a lot of help, and waiting for him on the other side of all of it was her. They kiss. Valentin finds Anna home alone, drinking on the stairs. He asks why she's not taking his calls. She says doesn't want to, and she'd actually like to smash her phone. He is sorry his father is doing this to her. She hates Victor, and hopes he's burning in hell, but she did this to herself. Anna fears how Emma and Noah will look at her differently now, which is why she switched her phone off. She is afraid of having to talk to Emma, of having to tell her the truth, that she was a traitor. Valentin tells Anna not to underestimate Emma, and she can explain the circumstances back then involving Faison. Anna says maybe one day Emma might forgive her, but she remembers how Emma always looked at her with pride, and she knows that's gone forever. Valentin holds her as she sobs. In the GA stairwell, Carly asks Michael if Dex is trustworthy, and if he put the life of someone he loves in Dex's hands. Confused, Michael asks if this is about the drive. She says she smashed the flash drive, which could have gotten Sunny and Dex killed. Michael is stunned. She explains she a much better use for Dex and again asks what his assessment of Dex is. Michael likes him, he's done his job well, and he was let go from the military only because of personal reasons, but other than that his record was exemplary. Carly tells Michael she wants him to hire Dex for another job. Carly wants Dex to keep working for Sunny, to protect him, and if he sees trouble he is to come ask for Michael's help in how to best protect Sunny. Michael says so basically she wants him and Dex to do everything Jason did for Sunny. She does, except Sunny can never know. Michael doesn't understand why her priorities are set on protecting Sunny and not herself from the SEC. She explains that the footage made her realize how vulnerable Sunny is, and Pikeman is something the likes that Sunny's never dealt with before. Carly says with Sunny in prison, they'll all be in danger, so he must step up and protect his father. Michael asks what if Dex won't agree to this. Michael suggests Dex could just take the money he has and disappear, but Carly knows that would kill Joss, another reason to keep Dex around. Carly asks Michael to give Dex a choice in the matter and see what he says. At Carly's place, Joss drops the pieces of the flash drive into Dex's hands and tells him that her mom destroyed it because protecting Sunny is more important than her own well-being. Dex plans to permanently destroy it, and from here on out he is going to be the most trustworthy and loyal employee Sunny has in order to survive. She can't believe he's okay working for Sunny. Dex says he doesn't have the option to leave. Joss suggests he might. He can ask Sunny to be let go. She knows it won't be easy, but it can be done. Dex tells Joss the problem is, he doesn't want out. Dex explains he likes Port Charles, he likes the people he's met, and this is starting to feel like home. He hasn't had one since he was a kid. She says he doesn't have to work for Sunny to stay, but he can't think of anything else he'd rather do. He has a high school diploma and that's it, and working for Sunny pays far more than any honest job he'd get. Plus, he's good at what he does. He says ever since he saved Sunny, Sunny's attitude toward him has changed. He says this is his best option and he'll take it unless it will cost him her. She won't put conditions on their relationship and make him resent her, so she'll take his chances just as he is with Sunny. A kiss. At the Metro Court, Chase tells Brooke Lynn about the new truck he bought and tries to sell her on going camping with him in it. Brooke Lynn isn't sold, and as they talk, Chase asks why she went back to deception. She says Maxie and Lucy need her to help with social media, and she'll do music on the side. He knows music is her passion, but she says she found a new one in him. Olivia stops by and says hello, and Brooke Lynn invites her to join them, clearly using her as a distraction from the deception topic. She says Chase can tell her all about his new camping truck. Olivia gets excited and sits down to hear all about it. Brooke Lynn explains Olivia's brother owns a garage. Up at the pool, Tracy asks Drew why he insisted on meeting here. He says blackmail works better when nobody is around to hear about it. He knows she coerced Brooke Lynn to go back to deception and thinks Lucy might love to know about this. Tracy calls his bluff and yells, "Call Lucy." An attendant in the background asks if they are looking for Lucy. Tracy yells at the attendant for eavesdropping and orders him out to give them privacy, says the pool is closed to everyone, and uses Olivia's name to make him scatter. On the terrace, Ned confronts Mana and knows she was the one who turned Carly and Drew into the SEC, which he just heard her discussing with her lawyer. She claims she was just talking to Martin about what could happen to Drew and Carly, that's all. Ned calls her bluff and says she must be having second thoughts now that she's realized Sunny will do anything to protect Carly. He also says she knows when Sunny finds out the truth, she and Sunny are over. Still trying to bluff him, Nana tells Ned the tip was anonymous, so nobody will find out he did this. Ned won't take a fall for this and says she better clean this mess up. They are interrupted by Trish the hostess, who says Drew and Tracy are up at the pool and Tracy has shut the place down. Ned smirks he needs to talk to Drew and walks off, and is followed by Nina. Back at the pool, Drew wants Tracy to force Ned to use his connections to get the SEC to back off him and Carly. He says otherwise he'll tell Ned that she dragged Brooke Lynn into corporate espionage and intellectual theft. Very serious crimes. He asks how will Ned react when he finds out what he did to her own granddaughter. Suddenly Ned appears and jogs over to tell Drew something, but trips and falls into the pool, hitting his head on the way. Nina, in the background, gasps. Drew jumps in the pool and pulls Ned out. He yells at Tracy to call 911 meters, which she does. In the background, Nina sends a text. Drew begins CPR on Ned. Back in the restaurant, Trish tells Olivia that there has been a slip and fall at the pool. Olivia, Brooklyn, and Chase rush up to find the paramedics working on Ned. Drew tells her that it will be okay. Olivia rushes over and tells the paramedics she's Ned's wife and is coming with him in the ambulance. Meanwhile, Brooklyn asks Drew what happened here. Tracy says Drew attacked Ned and almost killed him, and she wants Chase to arrest him. Naima sneaks off and ends up at Sunny's office. She pours herself a drink. She thinks about Sunny's proposal and Ned's warning. Sunny enters and says Frank told her that she was here and asks what brings her by. Nina says her spectacular ring makes her think about him all the time, which led her here. She reflects on how angry he was at her when they returned from Nixon Falls, and she thought she'd lost him. Sunny says they've all done things they regret, and they can't forget the past, but they can also not live there. He says they should think about the future they'll have together. Nina wants that more than anything, but tonight she just wants him. They embrace. On the next General Hospital, Austin warns Ava that if she doesn't do what Mason wants, it could get them both killed. At the hospital with BLQ by her side, Olivia asks how her husband is. Liz tells Finn that his secret is safe with her. Carly tells someone they need to understand how important this is. Joss asks Dex, "Don't tell me you are actually considering it." Nana asks Sunny, "Would you believe me if I told you I was?" Drew asks Chase if he's seriously going to arrest him.